Welcome, folks, once again to another episode of the WrestleCord News Break. I'm your host, Ryan. It's May 22nd, 2026, and let's get into some of the headlines in the world of pro wrestling and MMA. TNA Impact was last night on AMC. The main event saw Mike Santana take on Steve Maclin for the World Heavyweight title. It was your average title bout, nothing special. Santana would get the win with his spin-the-block finisher in the end. Further down the card, we have Matt Hardy, Broken Version 1.0, taking on Vincent of the Righteous. And on the outside, handcuffed to respective posts, is Dutch and Jeff Brother Nero Hardy. You guessed it, folks, the handcuffs wasn't enough to keep the men at bay. Vincent would end up getting a hold of the keys, and when he went to release Dutch, the lights cut out, and when they came back up, Jeff was there, transformed into his midlife crisis character, Willow. He nails Vincent, and Matt follows up the side effect for the win. Also on last night's card, Indy Hartwell took on Alana Black. In what was a baffling move, the referee would call the match a no contest after Ariana Grace interfered. I guess DQs no longer exist in TNA wrestling? Mustafa Ali picked up another win in the International Title Open. Sure is a lot of these open challenges going on right now. Ali used his cosmic swirl to pick up the win and keep his title. Lastly, in women's action, Xia Brookside beat Jada Stone with Darkside. Moving on, a former NXT star is scheduled to appear on the newest season of Survivor. Wait, that still exists? My God, make it stop. Brady Booker is listed as a competitor on the new season. Booker is probably more familiar to NXT viewers as Bodie Hayward, who was once part of the Chase U faction. Booker was released from WWE at the end of 2022 and has since continued his pro wrestling career. Most recently, he has been spending a large part of his time wrestling for One Fall Wrestling, which is owned by AEW's QT Marshall. In a quick update on the arrest of Ludwig Kaiser, it seems his mass battle with original El Grande Americano is still on. There were concerns that Kaiser wouldn't be allowed to travel outside the country after he turned himself into police yesterday on assault charges. May 30th, we'll see AAA's Noche de los Grandes host the mask versus mask battle between Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser. I'm sorry, folks. El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano. WWE seems to be showing great interest in the former Enzo Amore and Big Cass. It has been reported that Cass, who is currently active in AEW as Big Bill, has not renewed his contract with All Elite, which does lend some credence to the rumors. Since departing from WWE in 2017, Enzo has been doing the rounds on the indie scene. We'll give you more updates on these rumors if they become available. It was announced earlier this week that Mick Foley is All Elite. The former Mankind will be heading to AAA's Double or Nothing pay-per-view this Sunday to co-host the pre-show with Renee Paquette. In a pre-show presser, AEW President Tony Khan spoke of the new signing. I'm very excited that Mick Foley is joining the AEW, and I cannot wait to see Cactus Jack back on PBS. I'm very excited to have him at Double or Nothing this Sunday as part of the buy-in, and we're just thrilled Mick's going to be co-hosting the event with Renee. They're good friends. And when I suggested it to Mick, he thought it was a great idea. When asked if Foley could step into the ring in AEW, Tony said, I can't speak for Mick Foley as to whether he'd want to wrestle or if he's going to wrestle anytime soon. But if he ever does, I would love for him to do it in AEW. But I also don't want to put him in a situation in which he'll be uncomfortable. I want him to feel good about this, and I know he's taken so many big hits and had such an amazing career with so many spectacular moments, and physically, I would only ever ask him to wrestle if he felt up to it, and that he could live up to the physical demand. Double or Nothing 2026 will be live this Sunday on pay-per-view. Headlining the show will be MJF putting his hair on the line in a bid to win back the AEW World title from Darby Allin. It's Friday, folks. You know what that means. Tonight on WWE Smackdown, we are live in Lexington, Kentucky on the USA Network. Currently scheduled is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Talatonga, and... No, wait, folks, that's it. Should be a quick show, I guess. And with that, we're at the end of the WrestleCord News Break. I'm Ryan, signing off, hoping to see you all again tomorrow.